All right, good morning. I'm so glad you're here for this upper body warm up, actually workout. Let me make sure this thing's not going to fall over because I've had it propped between a couple of books. Okay, so glad you're here. So, as a reminder, I'm just going to recap really fast this morning. What we're going to need is a pair of dumbbells or cans of soup, or you could do water bottles if you wanted. And if you have a stability ball, you want to keep that handy because we can use that too, but you don't have to have it. So let's get started with our warm up. Move this out of the way. And excuse my voice this morning. So we're going to start with some kick across because it's always good to warm up through those hips. Taking nice deep breaths in and tightening up that core. So start making that core do what you want it to do, not letting it just go awry however it wants to be. Good, good, good. So tighten up that core, pretend you're driving your belly button into your spine, keeping those shoulders nice and tall. Now we're going to do a heel tap. It's going to be a nice little stretch through that TFL, that outer hip area. If it's tight, then you're going to feel a lot of knee tightness. So it's always good to work through that TFL just a little bit. And it helps through that lower back too. 3, 2, 1. Good. Quad stretch. So quad stretch. And what I really want you to focus on is pulling those arms as far behind you as you can. So if you're seated, you can still do the upper body. Just pull those arms behind you, drive those elbows behind you. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And we're going to go to a kick out. The reason we're doing the lower body, one, it's good to do warm up the whole body, get the blood flowing through the whole body. But number 2, we're going to be utilizing some of the legs as well this morning, just a little bit. So here's 4, 3, should be a nice hamstring stretch here. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to reach across the body. This is going to be a nice upper back stretch. It's also going to start warming up through those shoulders just a little, but mostly upper back stretch here. So we're just reaching across, get a nice stretch through those shoulder blades. Don't forget that core. Keep it nice and tight here. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Back to center. Now we're going to reach over top of our head, alternating sides. This is going to be a nice lat stretch here, oblique. And if you do that little tap with that foot behind, you can get a nice little stretch in that TFL again. So it should feel good. Reaching those hands overhead will definitely start getting that heart rate up and help get that blood flowing a little bit more here. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, so let's do, if you have lower back pain, don't worry about doing this, or you can brace yourself with your hands. But the goal is to do a floor sweep here. And it's going to be a nice lower back stretch, as well as hamstring and glute. So we're going to just sweep the floor, or, sweep your shins, whatever is most comfortable to you. Should be nice, should feel good, shouldn't hurt at all. Should just be a nice stretch here. 3, we'll do 2 more. Good. 1 more. Awesome. Okay, so let's warm up through those shoulders just a little bit. And bring those arms as like if they're in a goalpost. Now all you're going to do is press overhead and then pull back down. So just getting those shoulders used to the movement, those rhomboids used to the movement. So now what I really want you to focus on here is when you're pulling down, try to engage those back muscles as you pull down. So you're like trying to pull a heavy bar down. And then when you press up, you're pushing hard to try to push that bar back up. So we're just going to do a couple more here. Good. Warming up through there. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, shake that out. And one more. We're going to take those arms behind you as far as you can go. Pretend you're squeezing a really heavy ball and you're trying to squish all the air out of it. So squeeze together there. Turn those palms so they're facing out. And then you're going to pull back to the starting position. Turn those palms forward. Squeeze. We're just trying to wake up those chest muscles and back muscles. Now turn those palms out and pull. So it's all like you're pulling against some really heavy air, or really, I guess air is not heavy, but hopefully you get the idea. One more time, we're going to pull apart. So you should have hopefully woken up some muscles through the chest, the shoulders, and the back. Okay, good. So now all I want you to do, and really fast, just to make sure our heart rate is up a little bit more, for 30 seconds, we're just going to do a low impact vertical mountain climber. So keep that belly button into your spine. If you want to run it, do a little jog, you can. It's really whatever you're comfortable with. The faster you go, the higher the heart rate goes. And so those arms, having those arms overhead is definitely going to drive that heart rate up as well. So you're almost done. 10 seconds left. There's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, hopefully we feel warm. I got to get a drink of water. And we're going to start with chest. So two options here. We're going to start with chest. Your dumbbells. You can either do this, you can do it off a chair or you can do it off of your stability ball. But you have to be laying facing the ceiling. So I'm going to do it off of the stability ball, but it's the same thing, or I'll show you on the floor here. So I'm going to go to the floor. Now you're going to do, palms are going to face your knees, and you're just going to press up. So I'm going to grab the stability ball, but you have to be, your chest has to be facing the ceiling, or else you're not going to work the right muscles. So go to the floor or go to your stability ball, or you can do it off of a chair or a couch. If you have a bench at home, you can do it off bench. All right, so we're going to do rolling so that your head is completely relaxed. I don't want you trying to hold your head up. Keep that head completely relaxed. Palms are going to face the knees, and you're just going to press, come together above the nipple line. And when you come down, it's also in line with the nipple line. So you never want to be pressing above your chin. You want to be pressing to the nipple line. So keep going. If you're on the floor, please rotate those hips so that your lower back is flat on the floor. If you're on the ball, keep those hips up so that your spine stays in proper alignment. So bring those hips up. We're going to do another 10, 9. Let me turn that there. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, almost there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Okay, staying where you are, we're now going to utilize some back muscles. So I'll leave it up to you. You can grab one dumbbell or you can have 2. What you're going to do, laying on the floor, lower back flat on the floor, or on your ball or a bench, as long as that lower back is flat, you're tightening those glutes. Palms face each other. You're going to take those dumbbells straight overhead and then come back to above the nipple line. Straight overhead, slight bend in your elbow, but not a huge bend. You just want a slight bend so that you're not hyperextending the elbow. And so you'll know that you're working your back muscles if you feel a pull through your abs. So hopefully you're feeling a nice pull through your abs. If this is hurting your shoulder, just don't go as far overhead. Stop to where it's comfortable and there's no pain. So keep going here, stopping right above nipple line and back overhead. Remember, keep that lower back flat. If that lower back starts arching off the floor, then you're not going to work correctly. So keep your lower back flat on the floor. If you're on the ball, keep those hips in line with your shoulders. Okay, good. Let's do another 5. So here's 5. Don't forget to breathe. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that before. Hopefully you still are. 3. Inhale when you come back to center. Exhale, 2. And 1. Inhale overhead. Exhale when you come back to center. I think I told you wrong there. Okay, good. Rolling out of that, or relax. Relax those glutes, relax that lower back. It's always good to work major muscles first and then go into the smaller muscle groups. So we're gonna go back into chest, and we're gonna do a different chest exercise. So going back to the floor or back to your ball. This time we're gonna do flies. So the difference here, we were doing presses before, now we're gonna do flies. So you're flying like a bird. Here's the deal. If you feel any pain in your shoulder, the weight is too heavy, I just want you to do the motion right now and pretend that you're really trying to squeeze a big ball. So if you have any rotator cuff pain, just drop the weight. All right, here we go. I'm gonna bring those arms out like you're flying and then back together above that nipple line. Good. So inhale, exhale when you come back to center. Slight bend in those elbows. Good. And check that lower back. It should be flat on the floor or the bench. If you're on a ball, your hips should be in line with your shoulders. So if you're on a ball, there's a good chance your glutes are on fire right now. And all I'm going to say is you're welcome. All right, good, good, good. So your chest might be getting a little tired right now, and that's okay. That's the point of a workout, right? Again, if you're starting to feel pain in your shoulder, please stop. Let's do another 5 because I'm not sure where we're at, but we'll do another 5. 4. Check that lower back for those who are on the floor. 3 should be flat on the floor. 2. And 1. Good. Okay. Awesome. Now we're gonna stand back up. We're gonna get some more back. So I'm gonna flip this back around here so that you can see better. We're gonna stand. For those who have a hard time standing, maybe you can just stand on one leg, I'm hoping. But we're gonna do what I call a lawnmower. So this works more through the back, the lat area. You have the option of, actually, Jack, you could be on your hands and knees if you wanted, if it hurts to stand, but I'll leave it up to you if you want to do 1 weight or 2 weights. Here's the deal. When you have, your lat muscle is so big that if you don't get a heavy enough weight, all you're going to feel is your bicep. So you want to do as heavy of a weight as you can, and that'll force your lat to engage. Because if it's not heavy, your bicep's just going to do all the work. All right. So I'm going to use 2 dumbbells, but I'll leave it up to you. You have an option. We're going to be doing a nice long stance here. Elbow rests on your knee. If this is too much, you can always put your knee and hand on a chair or a bench. All right. So elbow on knee. And we're going to start on the right side. So grab left elbow on left knee, grabbing those weights with your right hand. And all you're going to do is pretend you're trying to start a lawnmower. So pull in that dumbbell to the chest level or right below the chest level. Remember, please keep that belly button tight to your spine. If this is too much on that left leg, your left leg's already starting to get tired, please just move to a chair. And then you're not trying to support your body weight on your one leg. Good. Good, good, good. So taking that elbow, that right elbow as high as you can. If you're feeling pain in your rear delt or that rotator cuff area, please just drop the weight until you can build up a little bit more straight. But try to go as heavy as you can. Good. Let's do another 5. So here's 5, 4. Inhale when you pull up. 3, Exhale on the way down. 2 and 1. Good. So hopefully you felt that right lat working just a little bit. So guess what? Now we got to go to the other side. So right elbow on right knee. If you need to go to a chair, please do. No shame. Do what's best for you. All right. And here we go. We're going to pull and relax. Pull and relax. So if you keep going, Jack, if you're on your hands and knees, what I want you to do, just be on your knees and hands. And you're just going to pull while you're on your hands and knees. Okay. So that you're getting, that chest needs to stay as parallel to the ground as you can. Good. Keep going. Pull into the bottom of the chest level. Awesome. Exhale. Inhale on the way up. Exhale. Let's do another 5. There's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. All right. I got to get some water. Okay. Now, hopefully your heart rate's staying up just a little bit. It's not going to be like super high like you're climbing a mountain, but it should be higher than when you're sleeping. Okay. So next, let's get some shoulders with your dumbbells, and I'll leave it up to you if you want to use them or not, because you don't have to. I'm getting warm. We're going to do some overhead presses. So you can either do these seated in a chair, you can do them standing, or you could do them seated on your ball. It doesn't really matter because it all works. All right. So that I'm in the frame, I'm going to just do it seated on the ball. We're going to start with those palms facing out, shoulders or elbows in line with your body. So you don't want your elbows forward. Bring those elbows so that they're in line with your body. I'm just going to go straight overhead. The goal is to have those biceps end up right by your ears. So trying to really reach to the sky here. I'm doing these nice and slow and controlled so that your muscle actually works. If you do these too quickly, then your muscle is not going to have to do work because you're using momentum to do the exercise instead. So we're doing these nice and slow and controlled. Good. Drive that belly button into your spine. You don't want to have any arching in your lower back while you're doing this. Good job. Again, check that. Those biceps, they should be right by your ears. Let's do 5, 4, 3. Good job. 2, and 1. Perfect. Are they getting tired at all? Give me a thumbs up if they were getting tired, those shoulders. Okay, we didn't do enough. Sorry. We'll do 50 next time instead of 15. You're welcome. Okay. Oh boy. So shake them out just a little. We're going to get shoulders again. Your shoulder is pretty complex. Just by changing the arm placement, you're going to get a different part of that shoulder. So palms are now going to face each other. Okay, keeping those elbows. You don't want them to really ever drop down here. You're going to bring them up. You're just going to press overhead again. The same thing applies. Biceps should end up right by your ears. Drive that belly button into your spine. Should be 0 movement or arching in that lower back. Good. So this should feel a little different than the other one we just did. Good, good, good. And if you can't drive your car the rest of the day, I'm sorry. But that's not the goal today. We've got to give you some strength left in those arms, right? So let's do 4, because I'm not sure what we were at, but 3, there's a good chance your arms are getting tired. 2, biceps by your ears, good. And 1. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to shake it out again. You need some water. Next, triceps. Even though we haven't specifically worked your bis and tris, they have been assisters throughout this workout. So now we're just going to highlight them, target them so that they're nice and warmed up, burned. That's a nice thing to say, right? Burn muscles. Okay, so let's start with triceps first. Again, if you want to use, we're going to be doing lying overhead extensions. So if you want to use a chair or a bench, we're going to be lying this way, head supported. You can do this on the floor. You can also do it on your ball. So I'm going to do it on the ball. If you're on the floor, the same things apply. Lower back flat in the ground. So rolling out so that your head is supported by the ball. You don't want to be straining your neck at all. Elbows are going to be, oh, by the way, start with one weight. Unless you've been working out a lot, start with one dumbbell, and then you can work up to 2 if it's too light. I don't want you to start heavy and hurt your elbow, okay? So we'll just start with one weight right now. Palms are going to hold the ends of the dumbbell. Your hips are in line with your spine, lower back flat on the floor. If you're on the floor, elbows right by your eyeballs. And you're just going to bend those elbows, and the weight goes overhead. So some common things that people do here is that they hinge at their shoulder and not their elbow. All of the movement comes from the elbow. The shoulder stays stationary. So it's all about bending that elbow. If you're not feeling anything, go ahead and grab that second dumbbell if you want, but please keep those dumbbells together. You can cross them overhead if you want, just to make sure that the rotator cuff stays nice and healthy, because the tendency also is for people to flail their elbows out, and that can cause rotator cuff injury. So keep those elbows in line with your eyeballs. Let's do another 4, 3, check that lower back should be flat on the floor, 2, and 1. Good. So hopefully you felt the back of those arms working. That was the goal. Excuse me. Now we're going to some bicep curls. So you can do this from a seated position. I'm going to do it from standing so that you guys can see a variation that'll help you work your balance. But you can do it seated. I'm going to do standing. So what we're going to do, palms face each other. And you can do stand on a single leg if you can. Put a toe down if you need to help with balance. Keep that back nice and tall. Drive your belly button into your spine. And we're just going to curl. These are called hammer curls. So you're keeping the palms facing each other. Great. Now, what I don't want to see, everybody looks good, but what I don't want to see is your elbow leaving your side and coming up. That elbow stays glued to your side. Good, 7, I think. Drive that belly button into your spine, standing knee slightly bent. Awesome. Now we're going to switch and go to the other side for another 10. So here's 10, 9, 8. How are we doing? Oh, we're doing good. 7. Check that belly button should be to the spine. 6. Standing knee slightly bent. 5. 4. Don't fall over. 3. Good. 2. And 1. Awesome. Okay. We're going to go back, get another tricep. We'll come back, do another bicep. So for that tricep, you can do 1 or 2 weights. Start with 1, just so that you're not overdoing it. You can't do your hair today. Same thing that we did with those lawnmowers, we're now going to do, except we're going to do a kickback. All right. So left elbow on left knee, or if you want to be on a chair, you can, put your knee and hand on a chair, as long as it's not rolly. If you want to go to the floor, you can do the same thing on the floor. All right. I'm going to do it from here because it works more glute this way and core. So you're going to tuck that elbow into your side. That elbow never leaves your side. Now you're going to do is kick that dumbbell back. Good. Here's 5. Awesome. Nice and slow and controlled. 6. Should be feeling that tricep working now, hopefully. If you're not feeling much, you can always grab that second dumbbell and go for it. Here's 10. 9. If you have noticed, I'm not great at counting and talking at the same time. Sorry. Well, hopefully you're still getting a good burn in that muscle. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Okay, let's switch sides. Woohoo! Happy triceps this morning. Okay, tucking that elbow nice and tight to that side. And all you're going to do is extend back. 2, drive that belly button to the spine. Awesome. Keep that head in line with your spine as well. The tendency is to want to drop that neck. You should be pulling that neck up. So you're looking in front of you, not underneath you or at your shoe. So let's do another 6, 5, 4, 3, hopefully feeling that tricep, 2, and 1. All right, good job. So you can go back to a seated position. You can sit on the ball. I'm going to do the last bicep standing as well, just so you can work some more balance. We're going to do that single leg balance again. This time, your palms are going to be facing up instead of each other. So you're rotating those palms up, back nice and tall, belly button to that spine. Here we go. We're just going to curl. Awesome. We're going to do 10 here. And if your balance is rough and you want to put that toe down, please do. Good job. 6, 7, no swinging. Nice and controlled here. 8, 9. All right, switching legs. Same thing, other side. Here's 10, 9, 8. Keeping those elbows glued to your side. 7, 6, 5, 4. Almost there. 3. And we'll go to some core. 2, and 1. Awesome. All right. So let's grab another drink of water if you need it. You're doing so good today. We're going to do some quick core. Hopefully you felt your heart rate staying up just a little bit through that. Hopefully. I'm going to move this down here to the floor. And we're going to go to our back. So if you want to be on the stability ball and doing this, you totally can. I will show you 2 different options. But what we're going to do first is a knee, and then 2 knees. But it's all about keeping that lower back flat on the floor. Your eyes on the ceiling, so you're not straining your neck. You're lifting with your abs, not with your neck. So if you wanted to do this on the stability ball, it's a lot more challenging for that balance, but it's going to be the same thing. So a knee and a knee. You're not going to do a double feet, obviously, but just alternating knee crunches. So I'll leave it up to you, whichever you want to do. So here we go. We're going to do this together. Here's 1, 2, and 3. Good. We're going to count to 30. So you're going to get 10 each movement here. So here's 6, 7. Drive that belly button into your spine. Good, good, good. Lifting, keeping your eyes on the ceiling so that you're not straining that neck. Lower back flat on the floor. You shouldn't be able to put your hand underneath your lower back at all. Ooh, are those abs burning yet? Because they should be, hopefully. If you keep that lower back flat on the floor, then you're going to, we're halfway done. Are you guys dying yet? You're really okay. 10 was very positive, wasn't it? We have, woo! Here's 3 more of each left to do. So 3, 3, 3. By keeping that lower back flat on the floor, you're working a lot of lower abs, which helps support that lower back. Good. We have 1 left. Oh boy. Hey, abs. Good. Done. Okay, if your abs are burning, go ahead and flip over. Drive those elbows into the floor and just let your upper body relax so that you get a nice little ab stretch here. We'll go to some obliques next. So on these obliques, We're going to try it and see. I don't want there to be any neck strain. So you're going to lay on your side, bring your knees slightly in front of you. That elbow is going to be tucked in right next to your side. So it's not up here, it's right down here by your side. All you're going to do is drive through that elbow and go and just do like a side sit up. This is called a side crunch. All right. So you're using that elbow to help you drive up as high as you can. You're going to start feeling this top oblique working. Good, good, good. So hopefully your neck isn't hurting. We're just going to do 10 to save that neck. If this is too easy for you and you want a little bit more challenge, then raise those legs up as well. But you don't have to do that. You can just do the upper body raise. I think there's one more, right, to make 10, I think. Perfect. Hopefully you felt that top side. Let's switch to the other side. Okay, driving that elbow right next to your side. Some people say it hurts the rotator cuff, so if you need to bring the elbow out just a little bit to find a comfortable spot, please do, but please don't have it way up here, way out here. So whatever's comfortable. All right, here we go. Here's 1, 2, 3. Hopefully you're feeling that top side working. Awesome. We have 5 more. 5. When you do these slow, it's so much harder, isn't it? It's so much more effective. I think we have 2 left. 2 and 1. Good. Okay. So if I think, yeah, Jack should be good. You could do this from in a seated position, grabbing a dumbbell, and we're going to stand up. 2 would be better, but it's really up to you. So you can use 1 or 2 dumbbells, and we're going to stand up. We're going to work some more oblique, but in a different way. All right. I know there's a lot of up and down, but that's good for you. So, which is why we stretched those legs this morning. All right. So 1 or 2 dumbbells. Here's the deal. We're going to talk about this form really fast because it's so important if to do it correctly. We're going to do some oblique reaches. So in order for this to not hurt your lower back, you have to keep your shoulder in line with your hip. So you don't want to be forward rounding those shoulders. Pull those shoulders back. Drive the abs into your spine and then reach. Because if you start reaching for your knee, it's going to go straight to your lower back. So you have to reach to the side of the knee. You don't have to use a dumbbell either. You could just use body weight. I'll leave it up to you. But we're going to do 10 each side. So shoulders over hips. Squeeze those glutes. Abs nice and tight. Here we go. Here's 1. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Here's 3. 4. So you should start feeling this opposite side working. That's the one that's supposed to be working. If you feel lower back pain, please drop the weight and just try it without a weight. Shoulders back. Drive the abs to the spine. 8, 9, and 10. Good. Feet should be shoulder width apart. We're going to switch to the other side. Shoulders back in line with your hips. Squeezing those back. Squeeze those glutes. Abs tight. Here we go. Here's 1, 2. You should be feeling that opposite oblique working. 4. Good. 5, 6, 7. Almost there. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Abs tight. Then you want to start relaxing as you get tired. Don't let them relax. And done. Good. Okay. So the only piece of core that we have left to work is going into a bird dog. So we're going to go back onto the floor, hands and knees. And for 30 seconds, we're just going to hold your right leg and your left arm are extended. Stable, the knee should be right underneath your hip. Your hand should be right underneath your shoulder. If you have carpal tunnel, it's okay to to hold onto a dumbbell to help keep that wrist in neutral alignment. You could go onto your fist, whatever's most comfortable. But 30 seconds, we're just gonna hold this. Drive that belly button in your spine. Here we go. So please try to keep those hips parallel to the floor. On that arm that's raised, it should be right by your bicep, or your bicep right by your ear. And the tendency is to let those abs relax as you get tired. Please don't let those abs relax. You have 10 seconds left. Good, good, good. This works balance, works the same muscles as a plank. And you're done. Good job. Okay, let's go to that other side. So opposite leg and hand. And we're going to start that 30 seconds right now. Drive that belly button into the spine. Please, your head should be looking ahead of you, not beneath you. So keep that head in neutral alignment with your spine. Good job. So you are at 10 seconds left. Drive that belly button. You don't want to have saggy hips. Good, good, good. You're almost there. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Good job. All right. So let's do a quick stretch. Really quick stretch. So while we're here on the floor, I just want you to go into a child's pose. Try to reach those fingertips as high above you as you can. Really, and then take a nice big deep breath in. Really try to expand those ribs. Relax the back so you get a nice stretch through those shoulder blades if you have any tightness there. Then exhale. We're going to do that breath one more time. Inhale and exhale. Good. Walk your fingertips to the left. Walk your fingertips to the left. That's going to be a nice stretch on the outer shoulder. It's going to get through your lat and even your oblique. So just walk those fingertips to the left. Relax into it. Again, stretching should not be painful. You should feel good. So stretch to whatever your body is okay. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to walk those fingertips over to the right. Do that same stretch. Relaxing into it. Depending on what's tight, it could be your shoulder, could be your lat, could be your oblique, because we work those obliques a lot today. Good. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Now, before we come out of child's pose, all we're going to do is just shift the weight, keep those hips high in the air. Let me scoot back. Keep those hips. So child's pose is here. We're going to shift the weight forward and then just drop your head down. And it's going to hopefully stretch through the outer, like the middle part of your back. So your arms are extended overhead. Your hips are just higher. Go ahead and rest that forehead on the floor. If it causes pain in your shoulders, please just relax and come to a place where it's a lot more comfortable. And it could be a nice lower back stretch for you. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna go to, you can either stay on the, you know what, since we're all on the floor, let's just stay on the floor. So we're gonna go to a seated position. Let's do a V-sit really fast because tight inner thighs can cause tight lower back. So we're just gonna open up those legs and lean forward to whatever is comfortable. Should be a nice inner thigh stretching. Even though we didn't work inner thighs, it's always good to stretch. You're welcome. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. So now I just want you to sit comfortably. If that's in crisscross applesauce style, if it's just your legs are in front of you, whatever is most comfortable. Crossing that right arm in front of your body, grab your forearm with your left hand. It's going to be a nice stretch in that shoulder. Good. Try to relax that shoulder down. If there's any tension in your upper trap, you'll feel it there, and you'll get a nice stretch as well. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. I'm going to switch arms. So bring that left arm across, grabbing that forearm with your right hand, and try to relax that shoulder down. Good job today, ladies and gentlemen. Really good job. There's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, go ahead and relax that. We bring our right arm up, bend that elbow, and now use your left hand on your elbow to push it down to get a nice tricep stretch. So you're just going to pull that right elbow towards your head, and you'll get a nice tricep stretch there. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Relax that. Now we're going to do the left arm. So driving that left elbow by your ear, grab the left elbow with your right hand and pull it towards your head. So hopefully, I always joke with my clients and boot campers that I try not to give them dino arms, which means your arms are so tired you can only operate them about this level. So hopefully we didn't do that today. All right, go ahead and relax that. Now you're going to take those arms straight out, and you're just going to rotate the thumbs down and up and down and up. There should be a nice bicep stretch there. If there's any tightness, you'll feel it. The farther you take your arms behind you, the greater the stretch you'll feel. There's 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now we're going to do that upper back. So all you're going to do is sit nice and tall, and you can do this standing, you can do it seated, whatever is most comfortable. You're going to extend those hands out in front of you, like clap, interlace the hands, and then rotate those wrists so the palms are now facing out. Arch your upper back, and you should get a nice stretch through across the shoulder blades. Now what I want you to do is drop your left shoulder, raise your right shoulder, and you're going to get a nice stretch underneath that right shoulder blade. Good, coming back to center. Now drop the right shoulder, lift the left, and it should be underneath your left shoulder. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, the last stretch we have left to do is for our chest. So you're gonna clasp your hands behind you. Now I don't want this to cause any shoulder pain, so if you feel any shoulder pain, then I'll show you a different stretch. But clasp your hands behind you, and then you're just gonna lift. So this is going to be a frontal delt and pectoralis stretch. If this causes pain, then what I want you to do is go find a wall, specifically a door post. Let's see if we can get this. Go ahead in 3, 2, 1. So finding a wall. So pretend that I'm right in front of a wall here. You're going to put your palm against the wall, and you're just going to turn away. You're just going to turn away from your wall. And that'll give you a really nice stretch in your pec. Let me see if I can show you here. All right. So here's my wall. I'm going to put my forearm against it, and I'm just going to turn away. And that will give you a nice stretch for your chest without causing any pain through the shoulder joint. Okay, so you have to have a wall to resist against. Should feel good. All right, and last thing we're going to do, so if you're seated, I just want you to take a nice, or standing, all you're going to do is take a nice deep breath in, fill those lungs with air, reach as high as you can, exhale. We're going to do one more breath. Up, hold, and exhale. And you just did a total body workout for your, well, sorry, not